What's going on, guys? How you doing? Welcome and howdy. My name is Mega Man. I'm going to be bringing you guys the action tonight. We've only got the one best of three going down this evening, but it should be a pretty good one between Blight and Muffin Lightning, or as the top of the screen says, Muffin Lightings. As if the glowy muffins weren't enough, you can actually buy them in bulb form and hang them from the ceiling. So, getting into this one, boys and girls, this is going to be good. Now, one thing to note is that Silent is absent from the server. That is going to be Juice standing in for him this evening for the Muffin Lightning side. So we'll see what he can bring to the table. As you know, most of the other players that are on that team, and Sanks, Ichi, Akis, and Professor Chaos, Ichi being Ichiban. On the other side, though, some names that some of you might not be necessarily super familiar with. Josh BM and Flashstep have been around the scene for a decent amount of time, but Rezu, Dewey, Predator, probably not some names that you guys recognize. So we'll have to see whether or not these guys bring anything to the table here on the Blight side. But as you saw, it was Muffin Lightning that took a pretty decisive knife round there, so they'll get the pick of the litter. Now, looking at my pick bands that I have on my screen, this is actually Muffin Lightning's map pick. So they're going to get to start off on the CT side, which is good news for them, considering that this is going to be their map choice. So they're going to feel very comfortable starting off on this map, and we'll see how they bring things together going forward on this one. Map number 2, if we need to go to it, well, we will go to it because it is the best of 3, but map number 2 is going to be Cobblestone, and then Nuke if we need it for map number 3. So we'll see how things go. But for now, we'll see how it all pans out. So coming into the knife round, or coming into the pistol round, pardon me, we will be seeing Muffin Lightning on the CT side. Again, that's Juice standing in for Silent, Sanks, Ichiban, Akis, and Professor Chaos. And then on the terrorist side is Blight Gaming, Josh BM, Rezu, Flashstep, Dewey, and Predator. Dewey and Rezu actually picking up a pretty decent amount of utility. They've got 3 smokes to work with on this T side. And they actually raid boss bought Josh BM as well. So he's going to have that body armor and that Tech 9. Try to get that run and gun spray down going. But look at this A-ramp presence from Akis. He's already found Dewey, and that's actually utility out of the hands. That's a flash in a smoke they just lost. Nice little crossfire here, but it's not really going to pay off too terribly well as Josh BM. There you go. He's just going to spray him on down there. I'm going to need to voice enable 0. And see what these guys bring to the table now. Josh BM did pick up 2 frags there over by the van position. That crossfire didn't necessarily work out for the CT side. They were able to pick off 1. But look at this flank coming around from Akis. He's going to be able to find 1 himself, peeking out around the corner. They've got that player in the back lines. And a nice tap there from Rezu finds Sanks. And now it's all down to Akis. He's got 2 kills on the round. He's going to need the 4K to win it. And he's got to find him quick. He doesn't have a kit to work with. So he's going to try to find Flashstep. And Rezu just needs to play the patience game here. There's 1. Ooh, Rezu almost getting caught out, but that bomb is too far ticked. He's just going to go looking for this frag at the end of this round, but this is going to be Blight picking up the pistol. Akis with the 4K to close out the round. He will survive and keep the body armor, so that's one thing to note moving forward here, so we'll have to see. But a nice round from Blight. They get themselves into that B-bomb site, even with the man disadvantage moving forward. That early peek from Akis over towards A ramp didn't manage to work out for Muffin Lightning in the long run, so we will see them on the back foot. Akis actually buying up onto a UMP. This is a bold strategy. I actually see teams doing this more often now on their second round force buys. If you pick up a couple of pistol rounds in the opening pistol, if you pick up some pistol frags in the opening pistol round is what I'm trying to say, you can usually invest into a UMP. It's only $1,200, so you're able to pick that up. He's got the armor that he saved last round, so we only needed to put a few dollary dues in towards the head armor. And he also picks up a kit. Now, unfortunately, Juice, over-peaking a little bit too overzealous there in window room, is going to meet his demise, but he's going to get a boatload of information for his team. So that's a pretty good start here for the terrorist side, but they know that a lot of T's are in this mid area. And Muffin Lightning is going to have to do some work into this round now. Professor Chaos on the Desert Eagle, 5.7s for Sanks and Ichiban, and then the UMP for Akis. He's taking a peek in towards that palace hallway, but not going to spot anything just yet. Flashstep working his way around. Professor Chaos, get 1, get 2! Oh my goodness, they lined up for him. He's going to be able to lay down 2 of them. Not expecting this from over here in jungle. Josh BM going to be going toe-to-toe here with Ichi, but Ichi's going to be able to get the better of him, and now they know exactly where these last 2 players are, and they're going to have to come out spraying. Akis getting the assist. The frag from Ichi. Flashstep goes down. It's down to a 1 versus 1. It's all got turned on its head. Ichi, reload that AK. You've had time to do it. He's just going to stick to the pistol now. See what he can do as the terrorist side player lurking around, and Rezu's going to find him. Saves the round for Blight and drops him. That is going to put Blight one step closer to that 3-0 start that they so desire on this opening map. And on the more difficult side to boot. So a nice job there from the Muffin Lightning side. You saw Professor Chaos go in with that Desert Eagle. They lined up. Got a nice little double there in towards that connector area. But unfortunately, ultimately, Blight are able to seal the deal. And now it's a fast push in towards A. There's 3 players over here. Not really sure what the decision was on this Muffin Lightning side. And it's Rezu to find 2 more. Dewey and Josh BM getting in on the action. And Rezu's going to capitalize with the hat trick. That's going to be the 3-0 start for Blight. Yes, Arts, I am casting by myself. Forever alone. Can I get some feels bad man in chat? Thank you. AWP immediately into the hands of Juice. Now, Silent is typically speaking the AWPer for the Muffin Lightning side. We know that Professor Chaos has picked it up in the past. I'm pretty sure that Silent is the dedicated AWPer for this squad. As previous incarnations of this roster, he has held the AWP. So we'll see Juice pick that up this time around. We will have to see what kind of response they're going to have from that from Blight's side. Predator staying on the UMP. Again, something that I like to see. They're going to be able to find a little extra cash money here. He's not going to invest anything into this. You can actually see his money sitting at $52.50, and you've got Rezu on $7,400 going into the round. They're going to push on forward here. Professor Chaos caught out, jumping up on Ticket, trying to get a little info. Trying to plant behind that smoke. They might be able to work it, and they will. Sank's going to find the slightest little gap there and finds Rezu, takes him down. One more to beat. That's going to be Predator. He's very low on HP. If they peek out, yeah, they're going to drop the bomb again. Juice with the double frag, coming in with that AWP big time for his squad. And that is pretty much going to shut things down. Josh BM trying to do what he can, but Sanks and Juice going to finish off the round. Big 3K on the AWP, and Muffin Lightning find themselves on the board. You guys don't like the motion blur? Should I turn off the motion blur? I had it on for aesthetics, man. I'm not that handsome, so I try to make my game look pretty. You feel me? 3-1 score line. Blight going to reinvest into this round. Predator, who didn't invest into the last round, is going to have a very comfortable buy onto the AWP. Full AKs to boot. Not the biggest amount of support grenades to go with. They've got a handful of flashes. They've got some smokes. They've also got a Juice up there in window room. Flashes come out. Smokes as well. I'm going to be looking for this. Nade over in towards the underpass area. Not going to find that. Just a little tickle of damage on the Dewey down to 96. A lot left into this round. Ichi on the UMP. FAMAS in the hands of Professor Chaos. So for you old school players, we were playing the song roulette earlier, rocking out some Frag movie audio clips from 1.6. So for those of you savvy from that era, the Clarion comes to mind. As that is going to be wielded by Professor Chaos. Opening pick, though, goes from Juice on to Josh BM. Ticket booth down towards Connector. Dewey boosted up in window. He's looking for Akis. He's going to find Akis. He's going to get tagged up down to 82. He's just playing a little cat and mouse right now. If you can do anything behind that, but for now, Blake can slow things down. Now, Dewey does have control of the window room, and Akis has got to assume that he's up here still. Grenade primed, lobbed, and thrown. Damage going to be found 4 to be exact on a Predator. Trying to creep his way out through the smoke. There is a player underneath the balcony, so he's going to get all the way out. He's going to get peeked, and my auto director sucks because it switched off of him right at the wrong time and put me on the opposite side of the map. So thanks, Valve. That's going to be 2 frags back-to-back for Blight as they're starting to make their way in towards A, but it's all a ruse. Look at this. The bomb is working its way in towards B. They've got 2 players pinching on this A bomb site. They've sold this fake hook, line, and sinker. Beautiful stuff from them. They might even finish off this round, but no! Sanks has got something to say about this. He's going to find both frags. But they have no idea that it's over at the B bomb site. Now they've realized it. Now they're going to start pulling off, but there's been so much time for this T side to set up for this post-plant. You can see Rezu playing here from Market. He's going to be looking for this early peek to come in. He's got his teammate Flash Step right around the corner. Going to bait him up. Going to knock him down. Last man coming around from the Windows side, but he's just going to haul right on out of there. Ichi's going to go ahead and hold on to this one. Maybe try to salvage the AWP over here towards CT spawn, but they're going to start making their way in towards this area by jungle, so Ichi's going to have it all to do. He's going to have to look for this one. Peeks out, finds a little bit of damage. Going to try his hand at it one more time. Is he going to get the ult, though? That's the big thing about this, is he's not going to be able to save that AWP going forward. So Muffin Lightning, they're back to pistols. They're not going to have a large investment into this round. And with $1,700 on Akis, they might as well force into this and go for the double eco. All things considered, Ichi's going to have money into the next round. Maybe Juice, but they put an AWP on him before, so he might go for a buy and drop a rifle over to his teammate. they go for a little bit more of a reserved buy, but this is a little bit of a struggle, and they see Ichi drop out of mid. Dewey on that UMP, going to find a little bit of damage onto him in the bottom side there, and already up on catwalk, Josh BM's going to be able to find one, finds two, finds three. That's money in the bank. Shawty, what you drag? Juice, the last man standing over here in that A-bomb site, does manage to find one onto Predator. Nice shot from him. We'll see if they can do anything else behind this, but that bomb is going to work its way in towards that B-bomb site. Not much he can do. Maybe salvage that Tech 9. A little bit up to Arsenal going forward, but he's got to deal with Josh BM, who's over here, I believe, still by Cat. Yeah, top mid. Josh going to take the peek, looking for the 4K. Just guarding that UMP. There's Juice, and there goes Juice. So that is going to be the 5-1 scoreline. Blight off and rolling right now into this one. Now, Flash Step, last I recalled, Flash Step was the IGL for the Blight Gaming side. So he's been an IGL for a very, very long time. It's actually coincidental. I used to play on a team with Josh BM. It was called Make War Not Love back in ESCA IM. They were actually moved up to Premier in the inaugural season of ESCA Premier. And that's when they picked up Flash Step onto the roster. So Josh BM has been playing with Flash Step for a pretty long time now. So they've got a pretty awesome bit of chemistry going on between them. Now, here comes that save that I was telling you about. Now, they didn't go for the big investment into the last round. They're going to buy pistol armor into this round. UMP on Ichi. You can see they're just kind of normalizing their money. They're going to have a 3-round money bonus moving forward into this next one. A little bit of a pop flash there over towards the A ramp side. Going to scare those CTs off. Juice. Good flashbang. Juice going to take the peek. Predator, he's savvy to it. Turned just in the nick of time for that flash to come around the corner. Now he's got to contend with Ichi, and he does just that. Takes him down, deleted off the map, and Josh BM there to help his teammate get out those B halls. That is going to be a 3-man spray down in that B bomb site. Nicely done from Blight, and they're going to get that one wide open now. So it is going to be that 2-on-5. Molotov on the catwalk. That's going to shy away any CT presence. Not that there was any there to begin with, but they don't know that, so they're going to do it anyway. And that's going to be down to Akis trying to creep on through connector. Giving up some footsteps there. Rezu. Gonna hear that. See what he can do behind it right now. But that P250 close quarters, nothing pisses me off worse than getting one shot by a P250 or a 5.7 or a Tech 9 point blank when I dink him with an ump for 85. Doesn't that just piss you guys off too? Oh, nice shot, Akis. Well done. Takes one gun out of their hands. Does a little bit of economic damage, but they've salvaged that AK as it was a full AK buy anyway, so it doesn't really make much of a difference there. Blight 6-1 now. Very substantial opening half in this opening map, so they're doing a pretty good job. Turn off motion blur. You guys don't like motion blur? All right, I'll turn motion blur off. Game settings. No. Video settings. I thought that'd be funny. Alright, there you go. Fast catwalk push coming out here from the terrorist side. Sanks Ichi again. Josh BM and Sanks. It's a string of kills on the feed, but it's all going to be down to just Flash Step as he creeps on out through these B halls. See if he can find anything over in this area, but for now, he's going to get in there unabated. He comes back out towards his area. The bomb is down on Cat. No pressure in his area. Juice is going to be the one over here watching this with the AWP. We'll see if he stays on here, if the timing gets the better of him. 3, 2, 1. Spotted, walled, tagged, both sides. And there you go. That is going to be the round going the way of Muffin Lightning. Finally able to get something on the board here, as it took them a little while to do so. A little while to do so indeed. Whoops. Okay. Not sure what that was, but all right! So, 6-2, 8 rounds in, 9th round is upon us, 4 AKs and an AWP. Blight yet to save in this matchup so far. Put motion blur back on, Blight's losing. Quick push up towards the top side of mid, but Akis is going to fall. Sanks only able to trade out Predator before he gets dropped. So it's a 2-for-1 favoring the terror side of Blight. So a reset here would be very detrimental, and they're already down to 2 players. So nice stuff here. Nice return, though, back into a 2 versus 2. So Juice with the AWP, able to find another frag. That's going to leave it all down to Rezu and Flash Step in this 2 versus 2. And now they've got control of Catwalk, creeping that bomb in towards that B bomb site. We'll see if they can actually infiltrate that area, get that bomb down, and try to make something happen from that point forward. But Flash Step going to join his teammate up here in the B halls. They're going to push on forward. They do have a CT over here. That's going to be Ichi. He's going to hear all of this as well. Biding his time, playing Ring Around the Rosie with Rezu. Is he going to check the site? No, he's going to get dropped. Last man standing flash step up in the B halls. Ichi just toying with his prey right now. They tag up each other pretty heavily. But Ichi playing this one really smart. He's going to finish off the round. So nicely done by him. And that will be another round on the board for the Muffin Lightning squad. So they're able to find a couple of rounds here. But a lot of CS left to be played, boys. A lot of CS left to be played. We could see a 9-6 half. We could see an 8-7. We could see a 6-9 the other way. We could see a 12-3. There's such a finite amount of possibilities, but there's a lot of them. 10-5 could happen. That's crazy talk. 11-4? Wow! Blowing my mind here, chat. Looks like they're going to be going for an eco push on towards that A-bomb site. One smoke to work with, though. Going to be dropping that smoke in, trying to go for that plant. See what they can do here. They're going to bombard that bomb site. Nice tag up there on the Juice, but the player underneath of the balcony is going to be able to spray down 1 and 2 before getting traded out. Predator able to find one. Juice again by Ticket Booth. Able to lay another one down. And Rezu, well, he's going to have to get inside of this smoke and get this bomb plant. He might actually get it done, and he will. Gets one frag for his money. Looking for a second one with the Desert Eagle. Able to find a second. Oh, almost hits the one banger on there, but unfortunately, not able to do so. That's going to be the AWP salvaged, and Muffin Lightning skate by the skin of their teeth for one more round. Kit's over and Sandwich Sanks. You're wasting our time, bro. 6-4 now, though, as we do move forward into the 11th round. We'll see whether or not they can continue to string these rounds together on Muffin Lightning's side, but for now, it will be a buyout from Blight. They've got Buku Bucks working forward. 13-7 for Josh BM, 12 frags on the board for Rezu. Flash step off to a slow start, but we know IGLs aren't typically known for their fragging. They're known for their minds, my friend, and so far Flash Step's mind has gotten Blight 6 rounds on the T side of Mirage, so we'll see if they can continue to play the cerebral game here, or if they have to bow out and yield a few more rounds here to the Muffin Lightning side. As of now, a heavy mid presence from the CTs. Professor Chaos spotting towards top mid, Akis for support, and they've got Juice, the Juice Man. He was watching over towards Underpass, just watching for the flank for his teammates that are holding that mid corridor, but he's going to abate from that, fall back over towards the B window. Let's see if he can find a spot. Professor Chaos caught out in no man's land. He's going to fall. Does substantial damage onto Josh BM. Unfortunately, it's not going to be enough. So they are going to be able to find that kill, get that opening man advantage the way of Blight. Smoke in towards the window side. Now they're going to fall back into what looks to be an A execution from the Blight side. So mid-round calling on point. They know that they've thinned the herd out, so to speak, by finding that pick in the top side of mid. So now they know the CTs have to worry about that mid presence as much as they have to worry about the A presence. And it's going to boil down to Sanks here on A. You can hear those coming out. Pop flash goes out around the corner. That's a well-timed Molotov. He's actually roasting that player that's in the corner. Gets a nice shot there on a Josh. Gonna round the corner. Finds one on flash step. Brings it back. Gets the bomb down. Intelligent play here from Sanks. Switching over to the AK. He's gonna clothesline. Predator takes him down, and all of a sudden it falls apart for Blight. It's down to Dewey, the last man standing, and he gets picked up by Juice. Beautiful play from Sanks. In case you guys missed it, he gets those opening 2 picks on A ramp. He goes in for thirds towards the site, but he spots the bomb. He pushes down onto the A ramp, swaps for the AK so he can get some bullets, and Predator going to Whiff Town, not able to find that frag, and he's going to clothesline him clean off the map and solidify the round for Muffin Lightning. Well played from Sanks on that round. Flashbang in towards topside mid, as well as a smoke grenade. Juice watching it from the backside corner for that smoke push onto Cat. Not going to be coming in that direction, though, as they are making their way in towards that A bomb site. Predator looking up from the A ramp. Rezu down. Second one down. Double scope, close range. Josh BM hits the dirt, but it's going to be flash step to reciprocate. He's going to be able to find one more. Professor Chaos by the ticket booth, looking for Predator. Heard the footstep, but flash step in the meantime. Going to be able to find one. Predator goes down. 49 HP left on Professor Chaos. Pardon me, 48. Don't want to give him too much benefit here. They're going to be looking for a little bit more flash step with the AWP. Might have spotted the shoulder of the player that's up in the ladder room, but for now, we're going to play out this 2 versus 3. They do have armor and Tech 9 on Dewey. Not the most ideal setup for these guys on the terrorist side. Backing off. Dewey gets the dink out. Drops him down to 21. This is now within the realm of possibility for Blight. They could steal this round away. It was a pistol eco. or forced by, however you want to look at it. But unbeknownst to Dewey, Akis is going to be over there hiding in the corner of jungle, able to pick him off, and now it's all down to flash step. 1 versus 3. He might actually be able to recover the bomb. That might not have been the best smoke to throw. Doesn't matter. Professor Chaos bides his time from the ticket booth, able to find that frag, takes him down. 6-6 tied up. That's 4 rounds in a row now. 5 rounds, pardon me, in a row now for the Muffins. "12 rounds now behind us, all square. 6-6. We'll have to see what this buy can do here for the terrorist side. Back to the AKs, AWP on Predator. He's been kind of quiet with that op. He's got 7 kills, but, you know, I never remember a Predator kill. A Juice kill you remember. You know? You know what I'm saying, boys? We'll see. We'll see. It's okay. We didn't update MooBot. It's not that big of a deal. If you guys want to follow me, you can find me on Twitter at MegamanTV. All one word. And I appreciate each and every one of you lovely people who does follow me. For now, though, the action heating up. 1:05 left on the clock. Smoke execute in towards A, but again, it's a fake. Now, they sold this fake earlier in the matchup and got themselves a round off of the back of it. We'll see how it manages to happen. Moving forward, Ichi not moving. Stalwart over there. First frag on the board. Akis. Josh BM going to trade. And now the execute's coming in towards B. Spotted. Ichi on the low ground. Going to be able to find one. And Juice is there for the backup. Flash step coming out through the window. It's going to be able to trade onto Ichiban. AWP shot missed. Man, that shot looked like it was on him. Might have still been moving a little bit there. Molotov comes out around the corner. Going to flush him out, but he's going to go on one. Can he get the second one? He will. It's down to a 1 versus 1 now. Professor Chaos. We're looking for this final frag, making his way out through the window up towards the catwalk. Molotov in towards the window room. Not going to find anything in market right now. Flash step. You're getting flanked out. You're getting flanked out. And, well, you're dead. Nicely played from Professor Chaos. The long flank, the long con works out for him, and that will be another round on the board here. 7-6 as Muffin Lightning finds 6 in a row. So continuing to string those rounds together and doing a good job of it. That was one of the closer rounds that we've had here recently. So you can see it wasn't until this round where that was actually the eco round, remember, where it came down to the 1 versus 1. I believe it was Predator at the end who ended up busting out the deagle, getting 2 frags at the very end of that one, almost getting the last one. But since then it was 3 alive, 3 alive. So their money, though it looks stabilized on Professor Chaos, the rest of them are kind of in the dumpster right now. As James Bardoff likes to say, it's gross. Or crap. What does he say? It's crap. Their money is crap. Either way, the round advantage swung back towards the CT side. And again, remember, this is Muffin Lightning's pick. Yeah, ever since I turned off motion blur, Muffin Lightning hasn't lost a round yet. So should I turn motion blur back on? Like, what are English? Yeah, man, English hard sometime. Very slow strategy coming out from the Blight boys. Predator going to be up there in the palace always. He does have the AWP, so he's going to be looking for the pick down on towards ticket booth or towards connector / jungle. Looking for the execute to come in. Here come the smoke flash execute out over the wall towards A. It's going to be a bombardment here. They're going to commit behind this. Now, they tried to sell the flake, but look at all the CTs in this area. You've got 2 coming up from connector. Akis playing the tight angle. He's going to be able to find one. Professor Chaos in on the mix as well. He doesn't even need to smoke that. Don't smoke that. Don't throw that smoke. Do not throw that smoke. Thank you. He's going to be able to save himself a little bit of utility for the post plant. Should have come in. But Rezu, he's got other ideas for the time being. Predator, though, does get the trade. Looking for more. They line up. And it will be traded out. Sank's going to find the last one there. 8-6 is the scoreline now as Muffin Lightning. Once again, 7 rounds in a row for the boys in the Muffins. The boys in the Muffins. Frey Dude, 1999. Notice me, Mega Man Senpai. I got you, brother. I got you, brother. And shout out to everybody in chat. 1,200 people coming out to watch this CS match. It might not be the big names swinging around here, but it certainly is going to be entertaining as Professor Chaos makes his way down through connector and finds Josh BM to open up the round. That's going to bring things into a man advantage here for the CTs and Muffin Lightning. Now, you do have Juice down to 22 HP. He's a little worse for the wear here, but they are going to be able to maintain that man advantage to start off the round. See if they can continue on forward here, but that presence in mid is ever so fortified right now for this terrorist side. Rezu looking like he wants to make a jump here, but he's got to be careful. Sanks, he's coming around just lurk-a-dirk, and they're going to be able to find one Predator immediately traded back by Ichi. The double cat push pays off for the CTs to find themselves the advantage. There's another frag, and the last one. Akis, nicely done. 9-6, 8 unanswered rounds for the Muffin Lightning side as they bring this one back and get themselves to a 9-6 scoreline. So, well played from the Muffins. Quick look at the scoreboard just to see how the frags were distributed. And you can see, actually, everybody contributing on the Muffin Lightning side. From top to bottom, 2 kills separating the top fragger to the bottom fragger. And then you look over on the Blight Gaming side, it was 15 for Josh BM and only 3 for Dewey. So quite the discrepancy there on the T side. Really nicely done here. Team play from Muffin Lightning. I've liked what I've seen so far. They've had good trades. Aside from that opening 7 rounds of the matchup where they were only able to steal away 1 round in the 4th, the rest of those rounds, I mean, it doesn't tell the tale, does it? You had 1 alive in the pistol round. Time expired. Bomb blew up. 1 alive here in round 2. That was a wash. 2v1 at the end of that one. 3 alive. Yeah. So it was... Some of those rounds were close. This could have been a little bit heavier in the Muffin Lightning's favor, but luckily for the Blight side, they were able to get those 6 rounds early on in that opening half, so they've given themselves a little bit of breathing room to work with going into the second half. So if they do go back in towards this one and pick up the second pistol round, they're going to be right back in this game. So for now, we're just going to bide our time. Wait for these guys to switcheroo. 10-9-8-7-6-5-4-3-2-1, and we are good to go into the second half pistol. Guys, how y'all doing tonight? Again, my name is Mega Man. I will be bringing you guys the action for the North American side of the Starladder I-League qualifiers here that we're doing. We've got ourselves an action-packed schedule. Now, there have been some matches that have been rescheduled. I don't actually know exactly what days. This is the only matchup that we're going to be seeing tonight. This best of 3 between these 2 squads. And again, the maps are going to be Mirage for map number 1, then Cobblestone is map 2, and if we need a 3rd map, it will be on Nuke. But again, this is going to be the only map that we see this evening. Or the only BO3 that we see. Look at this. Here comes the aggression out. Oh, completely denied. 1 down, 2 down. Juice! He's on the gear, boys! He's juiced! Gonna be able to find 2. That's gonna open the round up really nicely for the Muffin Lightning side. Already pushing in towards CT. Flashbang goes out. Blinded up CT's down there. Juice on 3. Juice on almost 4. Until Akis steals it away and somehow doesn't get that frag. So we will be seeing Predator, your last man standing. The leap of faith from Ichi. 5 alive. They're going to be able to shut that one down. And it is a 10-6 scoreline for the Muffin Lightning side. 10-6, looking like they could just walk with this one now. That's been 9 rounds in a row for the Muffin Lightning side. I know I keep reiterating it, but you got to remember, they only had 1 round in the opening 7 of this matchup. We're 17 rounds in now, they've got 10. So it's a good look from them. Predator aggressive in the halls, going to get spotted by Sanks. Sanks going to fall on back from that one. Nade goes out, that's not going to do any damage, but that will ward them off for the time being. Molly out as well, Predator flushed into the corner, Mac 10 to the chest. Professor Chaos a little bit overzealous. Into the fire he goes. He's only going to take a lick of damage there, only 3. And mission has been accomplished here from Muffin Lightning over there towards that palace area. Dewey, though, able to find 1. Flash step. Quick peek up into the top side of mid. Takes Sakis about 14 bullets to get that kill on a USP player, but that's okay. Deagle player. Josh BM over here towards the sandwich side of things. Dewey trying to make his way out from Palace. He's going to find his way on down, but the smoke is up to the top side of connector, which usually means cat push. And, well, that's exactly what it's going to mean. They're going to make their way on in towards this area. Rezu trying to hold this one down as best he can. He's going to find the one dig, finds a second one. Oh, almost gets the flick back around, but he can't find it just yet. Josh BM going to be able to chime in on one. Juice, your last man standing. He's got 14 HP, and somehow Blight bring the round back. Rezu with a spectacular deagle shot onto 2 players, and Blight bring it back from the brink of death. So nicely done. Blight are going to find themselves back into the driver's seat here with an ability to bring this one a little bit closer. Handful of Glocks here. Nade down towards the T ramp does 66 damage to Ichiban. That's going to tickle a little bit. Going to be limping away from that one. But again, a very close matchup between these two right now. Only 3 rounds separating them, and this should be a free round for Blight. And judging by the money well, barring a bomb plant here for the terrorists out of Muffin Lightning, they could potentially go for a buy if they do manage to get the bomb down. Look at how passive they're playing, though. They know where the nades are coming from. They know where the presence has been shown. Ichi on A ramp, Dewey, and Josh BM watching this area. It's going to be on how well Ichi can actually try and sell this fake, but it looks like he's just going to creep on back from this one and join up with his comrades over towards B. Be that late lurk. Push coming in, though. Mac 10, close range. 1, 2, 3. Rezu, he stepped up big in the last round. He's going to step up big this time around, too. Manages to find all 3, leaving Ichi by his lonesome on catwalk. Trying to make his way on around, and flash step. Well, he's just going to plow on over here. Ichi does hear him. Is he going to check the corner? A little late on that peek, but that's going to be okay. Going to flush him out. Predator's going to be able to finish him off, and that will be Blight finding an 8th round now. So, back within 2. And no bomb plant for Muffin Lightning. That's the important thing, because remember, if they got the bomb plant, they could have definitely gone for a buy into this round. However, without getting that bomb down, they're going to be back onto the pistol armor. A little bit of a struggle here for the Muffin Lightning side, but we'll see if they can resituate themselves and get something going moving forward. But for now, it is going to be an M4, AK, MAC-10, UMP, and AWP. Quite the spread, I would say. Smokes go out. Flashbang in towards A ramp. Dewey's going to find one. Josh PM, he's caught out in the open, though. They got to be careful with this, and he's going to go down. Professor Chaos wreaking havoc with that Tech 9. Hi! Oh, and he got the double out of that, too. What the hell was that? Wow. Awkward. Oh, and he finds the blind shot on Akis. Predator's having himself a round here. Last one to find, Professor Chaos up in the apartments, and Predator's going to get the 4-man mow down. That was crazy. That was ridiculous. That's got to be one of the craziest things that I've ever seen. It's not just the fact that it was a double kill, but the fact that that guy was stuck in the smoke trying to walk through right into his scope. And he got both of them. That was a crazy round. I've never seen anything like that before. That was wild. So Blight going to find themselves one step closer to tying this game back up. Now, they're going to go up against a fortified buy here from Muffin Lightning because of that bomb plant in the last round and because of that 2-round save that they had going on. So Muffin Lightning going to have a nice big buy into this. You can see a lot of utility on their backs. AWP in the hands of Juice, AKs for everybody, so they're feeling pretty good going into this one. Upgrades on the Blight side. Dewey and Predator are going to be on the ops, and Dewey's had a little bit of a rough match here. We'll see if he can do it with the scoped rifle. Major Rager. What's up, brother? Creeping up here in towards Connector. They've got presence over in this area. Professor Chaos and Akis. Is that Akis? Yeah, that was Akis. That's Akis, boys. Nice shot from Predator. Looking for a second. He is going to get traded, but they've got to be careful now. There is Dewey over by Ticket Booth, and he's got the other op. They don't know that he has an op. And now it doesn't matter because he just got decapitated and put down like a rabid dog. So that is going to be a 2-man trade in favor of the Muffin Lightning side. Out Josh BM, not able to line that one up. Akis with the wide peak, steps out, plants him, takes him down. Two-man advantage now for the Muffin Lightning side. Bomb is going to get planted over here. They're going for the spam through the smoke. Going to find a tag there on the Sanks. Hey, another heavy tag there. Rezu. I'm going to do a little bit of work. That nade's going to tickle. Good spot here for Makis, though. Finds himself in jungle. And now they can pincer in. Now they know exactly where Rez is. He's got an AWP to try to work with. One player out through the doorway. Akis going to finish him off, takes him down. And that is going to be it. So, nicely done there from the Muffin Lightning side. Able to get the trades. Able to come back out on top. And again, the kill spread, only 5 from top to bottom. 6, pardon me, from top to bottom. 19 to 13. So, Akis finding himself in the front running. The rest of them very closely behind. Because of the nature of those opening couple of rounds, and with it being as close that last round, you're going to be seeing a pistol eco for the Blight side. They do invest into some armor. That's a nice cheeky flash. I like that. I'm going to have to incorporate that into my gameplay because that was cool. Molotov's getting thrown out. That flashbang was actually bounced off the wall here and landed out in the open. For those of you that were wondering why I was talking about that flashbang, that was a cheeky little flash. Completely destroyed Rezu up there in the halls. They do get revenge, though. Akis is going to get taken down. They've got to be really careful here. This is inherently dangerous. Juice with the AWP actually missing that shot. Close range. There's the jump out from window tag up onto Dewey. And the aggression comes out. Josh pushing in towards that terrorist spawn. It's going to be flash step to go down those things. Able to adjust the aim, and now Josh, he's up here in Palace. This is a really cheeky angle that he's got. Don't peek. Oh, he's going to peek. He's also going to die. Not yet, though, but soon. Maybe not. Who knows? I can't see the future. What's it to you? Very slow play. Running that clock down. They've got presence over here in connector, though. And it's only Josh on the A bomb site. So he is likely to go down here very, very soon. You can see him hunkered down underneath of the balcony. Ichi should be checking this. He will check it. He will get dinked down to minuscule HP numbers, but that is going to finish things off. 9 seconds. If they got the kill on this bomb planter, that would have been massive, but Ichi's going to cut off the rotation from jungle. Finds that frag, and now it's all down to Predator. See if he can do any more economic damage here to the terror set of Muffin Lightning, because their economy is starting to roll a little bit. They can keep all these players alive. Ooh, nice little find there. Little AK for his troubles, no big deal. And if he can hang onto the head armor, that's actually a big save. That's $3,700 he doesn't have to invest in the next round, or more if you want to really go into the math on that one. $4,100, since you'd have to buy an M4 instead of a AK, or even for an AWP, I mean, $5,750. That's a lot of money. A lot of money. So it does look like he is going to be able to finish this round with that AK on his back, and that is going to be the one. So 12 plays 9. Muffin Lightning back in a 3-round lead. Full enforced buy from the Blight side. Not a lot of utility on flash step. Only a molly on Predator. Just going to go ahead and pull out that Molotov. Throw it out to the top side of middle. And fall on back. Does manage to get back to ticket booth in time to be able to spot that push. Dewey, though, caught out in the middle of nowhere. They've got to be careful. Oh, Ichi, get around the corner. Full spray comes out. Burning alive. Burning alive. Predator's going to go down here if he can't get out of that Molotov, and he will. Down to 11 HP. Flash step sweeps Professor Chaos under the rug, but it's Juice and Akis to answer back. And now Juice has an AWP to work with. It's a 2-on-2. Bomb is on the back of Akis. He's hightailing it back over towards the B bomb site. Both CT players are in CT spawn with no presence over on that B bomb site. And Juice up on Cat's going to be able to clear the angle for his teammate. That bomb is going to get planted over here at B. And now they hear that smoke go off. They know that they're in the wrong bomb site. That bomb is going to get planted, and there's not much hope for a retake right now unless they can get their wheels going. They both have kits. They've got time to work with. And potentially both of them coming from catwalk. Now Juice is going to be in the back pillar by bench side looking towards market. Akis is Jiggle peeking over on Cat. There's the flashbang around the corner. That's going to warn them of at least the presence of one. They boost Predator up to peek over towards the balcony side. Oh, spotted. Flick shot. Juice. One. Finishes it off. Nice round from Muffin Lightning. Looked very stressed at the very beginning of that one. Trying to get in towards A. Predator able to find that pick. Not getting traded. Ichi able to find one. But again, traded back out. But they're able to find that mid presence through connector to pincer those CT side players in the jungle and stairs position and get the winnable trades. Blight, 4-round deficit back onto the pistols. 23rd round upon us. Smoke goes in towards the B halls. Fast presence here from the Muffin Lightning side. Nobody is home for the CTs in B. Just one player watching towards that catwalk push. We've got 4 players over towards A. That's a 4 and a 0. Speaking of 4, that is the round difference going on right now. 13-9 is the score. A lot of CT presence over here on this A bomb site. They left the bomb in the back of the B bomb site and sent a scouting party and Sanks and Akis over to work this B halls. If they can sense that this is clear, or if they spot that it's clear, I'm going to pick that bomb up and move it right on into that bomb site. You can see they're a little bit hesitant. They're going to drop the mollies out, make sure that everything is clear. Underneath the window is good. Nobody's sitting on top of the flower box. That one shot comes out from Flash Step. Still spotting for it. Does get the headshot. It was clean, but Ichi going to get the peek out and finds the frag anyway, so that is going to be the open B bomb site. And Muffin Lightning read the situation right. They slow it down. They know that they're probably going to be on a save. They managed to get it done. Sanks able to find Rezu over in the marketplace. Predator going to go down. Josh BM on Cat. 9-bullet reload from Ichi. I like it. Slow creep comes around. Josh BM hits the dirt, and it's all down to Dewey. And again, Dewey having himself a very tough match right now, but with that in mind, he is going to be on a 5-7. Not a lot that he could do into this situation. So for now, it looks like he wants to hang on to that 5-7 in the next round. Four players stay alive for Muffin Lightning. They're going to reach tie point. Looking to go up on the match point, or map point, pardon me. This is a BO3 for you guys. Okay. As you guys can see from the top of the screen up here. Get my doodle on. Oh, went too far. That's really... Drawing straight lines is really difficult. Two rounds now. Muffin Lightning need in order to put map 1 to bed and move on to map number 2. For Blight, that is their map pick. Cobblestone will be map number 2. Nuke if we need it. Smokes in towards A, looking like it is going to be an execute in towards that area. Now they're going to make them waste some utility. Well, I actually like this play. They're allowing Ichi to come in from the back lines, but unfortunately he's going to get spotted. He's going to get fragged. Now what do you do, Muffin Lightning? Predator going to be able to find that pick onto Akis coming out from T-ramp. So slowly getting whittled down. 5 versus 3, 2-man advantage for Blight. Bum is still up on the back of Sanks, who's just biding his time over towards the A ramp. No rotate at all from the CTs. Juice, spotting one. Well, he's going to come in and force him back from that position, so they're not going to get too much extra information out of that play at all. Very quiet round now as it's been slowed down. Presence going to be coming from that underpass area. Professor Chaos under window. The timing not on Josh BM's side. Professor Chaos going to walk in. Thank you, Auto Director. I didn't want to see that kill either. There's one for Sanks at least, but with only 18 seconds. He does have the bomb, but only 18 seconds, and there's 4 CTs alive. He either needs to go in and die or he needs to save that op. I'm thinking the latter more than the former, but it does look like he's going to push on forward. And oh, all right. Gets the shot on him. I'm surprised they swarmed there. If they just threw one player over in towards window room, which they already had a presence and left the player over towards Ticket. They could have easily killed him after time. He only had 2 seconds left. Nevertheless, Blight going to find double digits. 14-10, back within 4 rounds. Another buy for the Muffin Lightning side. They've got all the economy that they could want going into this round, sans 1 smoke. Throwing out 1 flash, back out around the corner. Nice nade. Very nearly a full damage nade there, as Akis is going to find himself on 58 HP to start the round. No damage being dealt here on towards the Blight side. Mid-presence. Easily handled here for the terrorist side. They've got to watch their back, though. That smoke starts to fade. You can see Professor Chaos working his way back from it. And Juice, well, they're going to bait Dewey into peeking that ticket booth as they heard the presence start to fall back from the connector side. And that forces him, or doesn't force him, but that entices him to peek. Well, he's going to meet his demise from that one. Rezu. Stairs position, looking for it. Professor Chaos still down there at the bottom of connector. Nice peek, well timed, well spotted. Now the push comes out. Sank's going to find one on Josh. They don't know where or when they're coming from, and that is going to really open things up. Rezu from the stairs position, going to be able to find one, but there's 4 terrorists in his face. He's not going to get much further than that. Now it's going to be down to Flash Step. 4 versus 1. Can he even get anything out of this round? Stepping around the corner. No siree, Bob. Professor Chaos is going to take him down. So we are on map point here for Muffin Lightning in the opening map of this opening match. The North American side of the I-League Starladder Qualifier here. Pretty good look so far. Big struggle buy from Blight here. The only rifle on the board is Flash Step. But how many times have we seen this kind of a buy work out in the long run? Playing a counter flash position. It's Juice to find one. Josh BM is going to trade that. Leaves the op for his comrade if he so desires it. But now he's going to fall back out of the palace side hallway. Predator. Up top, he does have a player around the corner. That's Ichi. Let's see if he intercepts Ichi or if he goes all the way back. Ooh, he's going to actually... This is cheeky. Is he going to spot the bomb down there, though? Here's the presence. Professor Chaos. Dead! That is bomb down, ladies and gentlemen. Predator up close. Not even detected by Ichi, but Ichi is going to get revenge for his fallen comrade. Now he's going to push aggressively, but underpass presence from Flash Step and Dewey over here towards terrorist spawn. So they're still swarming all over the place. He's got to get himself in through this corner. Josh BM going to make a little noise. Oh, that's a nice peek from Ichi. Good reply from Flash Step. Flashbang comes out from Sank. See what he can do in this position. He's looking for the plant. Molly goes out on the catwalk. That's going to force Flash Step to bide his time a little longer. Can he do anything against Dewey, who's over here in the window room? Let's see where this play comes out. Able to spot that player there. And now Dewey. Oh! Going to hit the shot. Wasn't anticipating him being there as that window had not been broken. That shutter on that window was not broken. That's a tight angle to hold, but Dewey's going to be able to salvage the round for Blight. They're going to be able to get that one on the board, but the unfortunate thing is that there's still a lot of money on Muffin Lightning's side. So they're going to be able to buy big into this round. They're going to be able to switch around some weapons here, swap a Rooney. They're going to put an ump into the hands of Professor Chaos. But the rest of the team is going to have a pretty healthy buy. UMP 572 M4s in an op. It's the kitchen sink buy. The discount buy. The thrift shop buy. There's that flash thing again. We saw it work out the last time. Not this time, though. That flash is going to go too far around the corner. Now, if the player is pushing or playing on the right side, that will blind them. On the left-hand side like that, no dice. So Blight going to open up this round. Looking to make it one step closer. They've found themselves 11 rounds. Looking for that 12th. Tight angle here from Predator. Cat control for free for the terrorist out of Muffin Lightning. This is actually pretty big. They can start to sandwich in on this B bomb, so you can see the presence with the bomb starting to move its way up through the B halls. And Josh, is he going to guess correctly? He's just going to play back behind the murder hole for the time being, but that presence on Cat is ever looming, and those pushing in towards that B bomb site from the B halls is getting ever so close. Flash Step and Predator trying to lock down this B bomb site. The mollies come in. Josh going to be on the rotate. Stuck behind the cash machine. It's okay. There's the frag on the catwalk. The player's dropping into sight. Predator's got to come up big now. 2 frags. Looking for a third, but it's juiced to reply. It's down to a 3 versus 2. There's another one on the board. Josh BM caught out once again. Now it's going to be down to Rezu and the swift flank from Dewey. Rezu out inside of the window. Business coming around from the B halls. Nice shot from Sanks. Dinked for his trouble, but he is going to get the headshot. And Rezu hits the dirt. It's all down to Dewey. And now it's all down to no one. Muffin Lightning going to take map number 1, 16-11. We're going to switch over to Cobblestone here in just a minute, guys. So give us a moment, and we will be on to that one. I'm going to throw it back onto some music as we patiently wait for map number 2. Now, like I was doing before, I was playing some music for you guys that was, I guess it was music that was used in 1.6 frag movies. So I'll throw another one out for you guys. We'll see if we can guess this one. All right? Enjoy. We'll be right back with map number 2.